Welcome to another of my videos where I work through and explain A-level physics multi-choice questions. If you want to try this question yourself, pause the video now. If you got the answer D, give yourself a pat on the back. If you'd like to see my explanation of how I found the answer, please continue watching. So, a ray of light is incident on a glass-air boundary. There's the ray of light. On a rectangular block as shown. The refractive index of this glass is 1.5, the refractive index of air is 1.0. The angle of incidence of light at the first glass-air boundary is 44 degrees. What is the path of the ray of light? Well, the first thing we have to establish is whether light is going to be reflected at this boundary or refracted. It'll be reflected if this angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle. You'll give an equation for the critical angle in your formula books. Sine theta of the critical angle is equal to n2 refractive index over n1. And as I said in other videos, remember light always goes from material 1 into material or media 2. So in this particular case, 1 is going to equal the glass refractive index, and then 2 is going to equal the air's refractive index. So let's find out the critical angle. Rearrange the equation. N2 is the refractive index of air, which is 1. N1 is the refractive index of glass. The critical angle comes out at 42 degrees. Well, 44 degrees is bigger than the critical angle, so light will be reflected and not refracted. So light's going to be reflected and it's going to hit at this point here, and the question is it going to be refracted or is it going to be reflected? Well, it's certainly not going to be refracted the way B is refracted, because when light goes from a more optically dense material like glass into a less optically dense material like air, it'll bend away from the normal line. So B is just completely wrong. And now we just need to work around and find these different angles. Well, if this angle is 44 degrees, this angle is also 44 degrees, this angle is 46 degrees, and this angle is 44 degrees, which means that this angle of incidence is 46 degrees, which is also bigger than the critical angle, 42 degrees. So indeed, light is going to be reflected and not refracted. Answer D. I hope you found this useful. If you did, please like and leave a comment below, and I hope you'll watch more in the series.